Hello and good evening to everyone, and thank you very much for joining us. We are back again. It's Wednesday, our usual Wednesday conversation here on the platform. Remember, the platform is a program brought to you by PAGS with support from OSISA. We have a very interesting conversation today, and the fun thing about today's conversation is that it's not going to be a Mumbi's conversation with a guest, but it's going to be a conversation with the people. So if you look into my comments, there's a link that has been shared. There's a link that has been shared there with everyone who is watching us. So what we're going to do tonight is that people are going to have the conversation with us and with the people. The link that has been shared here, you have to click on the link and request to join in so that we can have the conversation together, which is interesting, right? If you can see the link, just kindly comment in the comment section and let me know if you are able to see the link or to access it by now. I'll really appreciate if you can quickly give me a response just now. Yeah. Anyway, getting into our conversation for today. I don't know, someone is saying they can't see it yet. Mr. Benjamin, okay, no link. Okay, so let me try and post the link again. There we go. So let me just share the link just now. So you can join in using this link and share your opinion with us about what issue-based campaigns are. So we go there. Okay, I want to post the link just now. Okay, yeah, I've seen the message. Thank you. I can see you can't see the link. I'm sharing it just now. Just give me a second. I'm almost there. Okay. Okay. If I Okay, guys, pardon me. I'm just trying to put the link here. Okay, let me cancel that. Yes. Okay, so you guys will forgive me. I actually thought I had put the link in advance. Just stick around for a second. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I've just posted the link just now. I hope you can all see it. It's being posted on two pages. There's a People's Action for Accountability and Good Governance page there, which has posted the link, and then there's also a link that has been posted by the page Pilato. So if you can see it, please let me know now. Let me know. Thank you very much, Mr. Edgar. I can see you cheering me on. Thank you. I'll do it better next time. Okay. I can see people already sending in other questions. Okay, thank you. Okay, so to our viewers, thank you very much for joining us. We missed you. We are back again this week to come and talk about the issues that affects the country. Like I said earlier, for those who are just joining us, today's conversation is going to be very interesting because I am not having a guest. The only guests that we're having today are the people themselves who are joining us here, watching us. So I've posted a link in the comment section. you can find it, please make use of it, join in, and then we can have our discussion today on the topic that we have shared. So today's conversation, we're going to be having a conversation about campaigns. We know that the campaign period has started, and there's nothing more that is being talked about by young people and the public at large than having to tell our people who are contesting for various positions that they should be able to give us issue-based campaigns, which is interesting because this has become a very common phrase among our discussions as we're having in our different spaces. So I think I would love to have a conversation with you people here watching us, just trying to understand what are issues to you. When we talk about issue-based politics, especially to young people, when you are demanding that you want to have issue-based campaigns, what are those issues that you want aspiring candidates, aspiring leaders should talk about? What are the issues that you feel affect you? What are the issues you feel should be addressed? What changes do you want to see? What is it that you are seeing now that you feel is still and it must continue? And it must be continued by any other person that will come into power after 12th August. I know that people define issues in many different ways. I know that each individual obviously has their own view about what an issue is. What do you want your candidate to be talking about? Do you want them to be talking about empowerment? I mean, we've seen a lot of empowerment going on in the past few months. We've seen they've been very robust. Someone is saying they can't join in the link. We can't join with the link. I think it has a problem. Okay, let me try to repost it. Let me try to repost the link. Thank you for trying to join and thank you for giving us a heads up. Okay, so I'm just trying to repost the link. Okay, guys, I'm trying to be computer literate. I hope I hope I get to know it in time. There we go. Okay, so I'm posting another link just now. So I've posted another link. If you can see it, please try to join and let us know if you are able to join in using that link. And remember to also like, comment, and share so that many other people can be able to see the link and join in so that we can have a conversation with them as well. Mr. Howard, try to press on the link again and let me know if you are able to join in. I'll be waiting to allow you to join in the conversation here. I'm not seeing people joining yet, but I've seen you. 0 again. Okay, we'll just have to do a recheck and see where we are going wrong. Meanwhile, you can keep commenting. Meanwhile, you can keep commenting. We can keep on having the conversation. We can keep on having conversation from the comment section. Yes, so today we're having a discussion about the issue-based campaigns. What are the issues that young people feel they want to hear their aspiring candidates talking about? What are the things you would want to see addressed? What are the things you would want to see addressed come the days after August 12th? We're still trying to work on the link. Okay, I can see people are now trying to connect and they're still failing to connect. Yeah. Okay, so we're just trying to share another link that can be used. Yeah. Okay, so there's another link that has been posted. If you can see it, try and join and give me a comment if you're able to join in or not. Okay, like I said, you can still keep chatting with us. You can keep chatting with us from the comment section. I'm already seeing a lot of other issues. Okay, thank you very much. I'm seeing people beginning to join in now. Please remember, when you join in, we are going to ask you to switch on your cameras and also put your name. I don't want to see it's Pilato the seconds on those trying to join in. I can already see there's someone who's joining in now. Okay. So please put your names, and would request that you switch on your cameras as well. So I'm beginning to add people to the chats now. So unless if your camera is on, that's the only time I'll be able to admit you into the conversation. I can see Mr. Wala there. You can come in. Good evening. Remember to mute your mic before we start the conversation. I've added Musa there, and then I'll add one more person while the rest of us can be waiting, can be in the waiting room. Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. Good to see you, and good to have a conversation with you even before we start. We have an interesting conversation today, and it's talking about issue-based campaigns. Like I said earlier, I think one of the common phrases that we're having using during this period is that we are hearing people, we are hearing CSOs, and we're hearing many young people also saying during this period of campaigns, they want to hear politicians be talking about issue-based campaigns. There's so much that has happened so far since the campaigns. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. I am Mumbi. The conversation can start. I'll start with you, Mr. Mwanza. You can open your mic and give your response. Just go ahead.
Sorry?
I'm saying, please go ahead. Our discussion for today are issue-based campaigns. What are issues?
Yeah.
They're saying they're issue-based campaigns. What do CSOs mean? What do the party mean?
Yeah. What I would like to hear from our politicians is to discuss issues which affect us as the citizens of Zambia, other than them talking about themselves or talking about the other person. So, for instance, they have to talk about what affect the common Zambian out there. They have to talk about the farmer out there. They have to talk about the common people in our streets, like what they will do about them and how they intend to do that, other than them talking about each other or pointing fingers at another person. Yeah. I think that's my take on this one so far.
Mr. Mwanza, are you still with us? Your lines are breaking. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I was saying.
We can see.
Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
Yes, I was saying, what I would love to hear from our politicians is how they intend to help the common Zambian out there, other than them talking about what this person has done or what this person has not done. I would love to hear how they intend to improve the welfare of a common Zambian out there. How they intend to reduce the unemployment rate in our nation, other than them talking about this one is a criminal, this one is trying to sell our nation and the like. So that's my thinking. How they intend to help a farmer out there, how they intend to help a small marketeer, a sole trader out there. That is how, what is their plan? They have to give us their plan. Don't just promise giving us fake promises. We know that they can tell us a bit of 1 or 2 lies, but they have to give us a roadmap on how they are going to achieve the intended purpose of why they want us to elect them into offices. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Mwanza. Before you go, I think you've mentioned quite some sensitive things that you feel are very important to you, and those are the things that you would want to see as issues. What do you see so far that has happened? Do you feel like some of those have been addressed, or are you saying there's completely nothing that has been done to address some of those issues that you are complaining about?
Okay. Infrastructure-wise, the PF have done well. Like, they have done a very good job when you talk about infrastructure. They have built roads, which is okay. Well, we have to give them a plus on that one. But when we talk about small businesses, they have not done much to help out the small businesses. When you go out there and then you try to find out how business is doing for these small-scale business people in Zambia, they are complaining because our economy is not doing that well. The economy is bad. And if the economy is bad, when you look at the kwacha dollar ratio, is not in balance. So you find that it is hard for small scale business people to survive out there. Or even if they want to expand, it's hard. So the PF government has concentrated more on infrastructure wise, forgetting about the whole economy.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Mwanza. So unfortunately, I won't be keeping you guys for a long time because there'll be different people that will have to join in. I appreciate your views, very important and very close to the heart of Zambians. Thank you for joining us. I'll leave the conversation to go to the gentleman that came in first. Unfortunately, I can't see your name, so please make sure they are popping up on the screen so that I can be able to read your names. Mr. Mwala, please, you can come in now. Thank you very much, Mr. Mwanza. Continue joining us using the link. We can't.
Good evening.
We can't hear. Good evening, Mr. Mwala. How are you?
I'm very fine. How is Lusaka? Me, I'm calling you from Kazungola border.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. That's very far. We are glad that you are watching us and you are engaging with us. Lusaka is hot in the afternoon and very cold around this time. Thank you.
Yeah, it's cold here. I've got an opposite side from what you're talking about. From where you are expecting politicians to have their political on an issue base, because it's easy to promise than to do. I've seen men that propose women like, I'm going to buy you, I want you to follow me, I'm going to buy you an aeroplane. At the end of the day, they don't buy it. If you have done political history, you look, Manawas inherited the manifesto from MMD government. The manifesto that Manawasa came with in 2001 was drafted by the people of Chiluba. You're getting what I'm saying? That was not in Manawasa's manifesto, but if you look at how he came to play the economy, he had the willing part. So you can have the best manifesto today, but if they've got a bad leader, it's just going to be a waste piece of paper. You getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hello? Are you following?
Yes, we can get.
Yeah, for me, I have a problem, especially with us. I would not want to limit problems to Zambians only.
Yeah.
I have a problem with us as Africans and as the whole continent, because we are easily bought. We are easily bought. Today, I would give an example of what happened in America when there was Black Lives Matter. I remember Donald Trump ordering the army to go in the street to remove those people. The army refused to say we are here to protect the lives of people. But today, the police can't wait to be told to say, go and arrest Mr. Mwala. They will come here flying. Even if I've done, they will not say, no, we are able to protect him. You're getting my point? Yes. If you saw how the police were flying to go towards the UTH to arrest doctors, instead of them saying, we are here to protect the lives of people. So it's an African way. We always want what it is for us first. So even if we are going to have an issue-based campaign, but we do not have a willing from each and every person in Africa, today we only want to count, no, Pilato is a good man. But what am I doing to make a change in the society that we are living in? So it calls for each and every Zambian. And for me, I'm telling you the truth. Even in 2001, if Edgar Lungu is going to stand, in Lusaka, that man who is called himself the chief electoral officer can be having different figures from the one who will be giving him on the ground. No one, because the police will be told whoever is going to be on the street, beat, and the police will accept. They will not stand to protect the life or the truth. That is Africa that we have. So even if you are going to say, no, we are going to go to Concord, there was whatever, that thing can drag. If you remember, in 2016, the case didn't go into Concord. They just killed it on time. Even this time, they can do the same. It's because as African, no one is willing to stand for the truth. So even if we are going to have an issue-based campaign, but if we have got people that...
Okay, I think we've lost Mr. Mwala there. Mr. Ivo, yeah, one of those. Mr. Ivo Mapalo, I think you can join in. But also, as we are having the conversation, please always remember that we are having this conversation and we must make sure that we are stating facts. We must recognize all bodies that play a vital role in creating a system of our society. So let's make sure whatever we're saying is factual and it's true. We don't want to find ourselves at the other side of the law because someone said a wrong statement online. It's for the safety of everyone. So please join in. Mr. Mapalo, you can go through while Mr. Mwala is still waiting to join in. I think it's been cut off. So I'm reposting the link as well in the comments so that you can keep using it to join. Mapalo, we are waiting for you. Okay. We can hear you now.
Okay,
yes,
thank you so much. Okay, I was saying it's Ivo, not evil.
I was almost there. I said it also.
Okay. Thanks to People's Action for Accountability and Good Governance in Zambia for giving us this platform to air our views on the happening of the elections. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate those young people who have stood for the 12 August general election. That is the councillors, the mayors, and the MPs. I think a good number of them, even though they were left out in most of the adoption processes, but they have managed to stand in various positions. They should keep it up. Having said that, the environment Mumbai is very hostile for young people to participate in these elections. It is not giving advantage to young people in terms of finances, because the people nowadays, or the electorates, wherever you go, or if you want to talk to them, before you leave or before you start talking, you have to leave something. And this is the environment which has been created by our old people. And the only way we can deal with it is by electing young people. And like the colleague was earlier talking about issue-based campaign. If we begin issue-based campaign, we the young people, it will at least go a long way in helping and removing the politics of money, which advantages only those who are rich. Nowadays, even if you have no moral standard, even if you are not a good leader, even if your level of education is very low, as long as you have money, you can become an MP, you can become a councillor, you can become a mayor, which is very unfortunate. So I think revolution starts in 2021. A good number of young people, they have stood on independent because they were left out during the adoption processes, which big political parties, according to the reports, they were mad with the corruption and ABCD. We congratulate those who were adopted, the likes of Christopher Kangombe and many other few people. We are appealing to politicians, especially our elderly politicians, to allow issue-based campaign, because most of the campaigns which they are doing, the name calling, the exchange of vulgar language, the violence will not take us anywhere. And it's us young people to make sure that we take up the role of promoting good governance, which according to my view, the current administration has failed lamentably in terms of promoting good governance. Thank you.
Mr. Ivor, before you leave, I think I want to understand, you've clearly stated that the current regime has failed lamentably in promoting good governance. I want to believe that that's something that is an issue to you, and it's issue based, and you would want to see it. You would want to hear what aspiring candidates are going to say about promoting good governance. To you, what should consist of that good governance? I think if you hear what they're saying right now, they're saying what they're trying to promote is law and order. When it comes to the question of good governance, what do you want to see that you would say this is an issue that must be addressed, and it's responding to what we want to see as good governance?
Okay. To start with, the law and duty of the police. The police, they are there to protect the law and the people, to ensure that people are protected. If it means, for instance, there are issues of rallies which are going on. If it means, for instance, there are issues of rallies, okay, which are going on.
Go ahead.
Yes. So instead of arresting those who are conducting rallies, it is just important to guide them on how they should go about rallies. There is no reason to arrest them. In fact, this is an election period. It is important for political parties to make sure that they adhere to the COVID guidelines, but the police, their job is to make sure that they protect those people, not arresting them because they are going to canvass the votes from the electorates. Secondly, as of today, where a protester was arrested for airing his view, instead of the leaders listening from the person who was protesting, they ended up arresting him for what he was complaining for. So it's very important for our government, those leaders in question, to make sure that they promote good governance. For a long time now, where those who are in the ruling party, they are on top of they are more like above the law. If they do something wrong, they cannot be arrested. If someone who hold a divergent view to those who are in power, he can be arrested at any time. That is where they are missing it, and this should come to an end.
Mr. Mapalo, thank you very much for joining us. We're glad to hear what your views are and what you feel are issues that should be talked about during this campaign period. Thank you very much. You can leave the conversation now.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Musumali, you've been here for a long time. I've seen how you are agreeing to what the other participants have been saying so far. I'll let you to take it up from there. I think the topic has already been shared.
That's wonderful. Are you able to hear me?
I'm able to hear you loud and clear, Chief.
Okay. I'll pick it up as the motion here is stated: accountability and good governance in Zambia. One thing that I've seen is that our people, those who are in leadership, they are taking law for granted, especially the policemen and women in uniform. We have seen the people having NRC, voters card, being caught with them. Those are the things which the policemen and women are supposed to take seriously, but they are busy arresting the opponents, like especially the oppositions, which is very unfair. Today we are able to hear to say the those in custody who are incarcerated, they've killed 9 women, including the child. Where is the matter? Who is accountable for that? It's supposed to be the one in charge for that cells. But where is it going? It's washed out. It is normal. Which one is normal? It is not normal at all. When you look at one thing again, the leaders are failing us. Instead of them being the one to model us so that they'll be our model, but they're taking it wrong by trying to arrest the opponents. Because most of the young people this time, they have realized to say, no, politics is not only for those who are old. Tomorrow there will be no more. Where is Sata today? It's no more. Where is Rupia Banda? It's no more. Where is Mwanawasa? It's no more. But they are forgetting to say, these things come and pass. And they are forgetting to say, they are going to be accountable for everything that they are going to do. Let me talk about the issue of corruption in Zambia. It's too much. When you see Mukula today, the issue of Mukula is gone. The issue of 48 houses is gone. We don't know the owner up to now. We don't know the one who transported Mukula. When we saw that on social media, we thought our leaders are going to take it up so that they can at least give us who are doing that. But to date, there's nothing. When we talk about the election today, we are able to see to say most of what the ruling is doing is not fair. When they knew to say Hakainde Hichilema was going to be in Luapula, the owner himself went there in order to block the other. He knew to say Hichilema will be in Copper Belt. What happened was our mother went in Copper Belt. What is that? In order for them to not to be accountable for what they are doing, they are supposed to, they even know to say we have dates. We saw it. I was watching today when he was attending, he wanted to go and attend the burial. But what happened? The police started blocking. In that one, it is causing anarchy in our country. We don't want that. Please. We don't want that. And today, we want the issue of voters' card to be aired. We want to hear the issue. We want to hear the issue
Mr.
of that voters' card.
Your line is terribly breaking. I don't know if you can hear, but your line is terribly breaking.
I'm getting you. I'm getting you. Are you able to get me now? Yes.
I can get you now. You have to conclude. You still need to give me your answer of what issues you want to hear those campaigning talk about.
Yeah, most of the issues we want to hear, like what the president has done. He has done a lot for the country, for building making roads, but there's one issue remaining. We want to see, for example, in the hospitals, we want to see medicine in the hospital. We want to see people being paid in a good time so that they can have heart for the people, for the patients. If you go hungry working, you can't have that zeal to work. So we want people to be paid in hurry. People to be paid. We want the roads, good roads, not those we are seeing just after 3 days, 3 months, they are gone. No, we want proper things. Yes.
Mr. Msumani, thank you very much for joining us. We were glad to hear from you. Please disconnect so that we can be able to leave chance for the next gentleman waiting in line.
All right. Good night. They'll be listening.
Mr. Andrew, good evening. Thank you for joining us. You are free to open your mic and remember to give us your opinion on issue-based campaigns. What issues do you feel should be addressed as people are campaigning? What things do you want to hear? Do you want to hear about empowerment? Do you want to hear about people addressing low employment rates? Do you want to hear people talking about tax? What is your interest? Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you very much for opportunity to help me create campaigns, especially concerning artists. What I'd like the government to do is, let's say, we need to have an environment where which is very true and fair enough, in which we are able to maneuver as youth to create opportunities. You see, the environment which we are in right now is really making the same as say entrepreneur, and the environment is not conducive enough to for us as youth to maneuver ourselves. So I always
Andrew, your line is breaking. Your line is breaking. We can't get what you're saying. We're getting it in bits and pieces. Can you say something?
Let me say what I was saying. To create an environment for the young to go to maneuver
Andrew, unfortunately, your line is still breaking. I'll remove you for seconds and then I'll try to add you back and see if we're going to have better network from you. Mr. Shaft, I don't know if that's your real name, but I appreciate that you've put up your camera. Please, everyone joining us, join in using the link and make sure you put your names and you have to switch on your camera to join in the conversation. Mr. Shaft, you can go ahead. We can't hear you. Please unmute your mic.
I've just done that, but you haven't asked me which area I should concentrate on.
Okay, Mr. Shaft. So today's conversation is about issue-based campaigns. What things do you want to hear the aspiring candidates talking about, starting from the presidential candidates all the way down to those who go under the local government, the councillors? When they're campaigning to you, what things do you want to hear them talk about?
All right, that's a good question. But how I wish this program could be televised on a larger scale, where we could freely express ourselves. We needed government platforms where the young ones should be involved to air out their views, where we have the liberty to speak freely. Even if we can be, we don't deny the fact that we can be curtailed on what should be said and what ought not to be said. But as youths, we need these aspiring candidates to really be blunt and true to us as to are they going to give us a platform where we are going to really fully participate in the affairs of the government, because we're just seeing old men and women exchanging seats. This old woman lives for another old woman, this old man lives for another old man. But when will these imiti could be impanga, so the young are not really becoming the bush at the end of the day. Maybe it's just a saying which doesn't really carry weight at the end of the day. So there's too much potential in the youths, but the government is not giving the youths a platform to exercise their freedom of expression, their rights to work. We need these people to promise us that they are going to give us that platform where we are going to enjoy freely living in this country. But we are just seeing them giving us promises that don't even come to fruition. Whatever they tell us, they don't do. So what's the roads if I cannot freely express myself as a youth? What's the hospital being built for if there are no medicines in the very hospitals? So there are basic necessities to life that must be found in every place as long as there's a human being out there. So we can't have villages where there is no medicine, hospitals, there's no what. Even doctors themselves, they should be given a platform where even if they send you to a rural area, they should be able to
Okay, Mr. Shaft looks like he's been given a direct call. So, Mr. Andrew, you can please come in while we wait for him to reconnect. Mr. Andrew, if you can hear me, I'm saying you can go ahead and give your submission.
You get me now? Are you able to get me?
Oh yeah, we're
Are
able
you able to get
to.
me? All right. Thank you very much. With what my brother was saying. He talked about having a conducive environment where you can how their views. It will be really for the government and for the people aspiring for to really talk about providing an environment where you're able to participate and people their mind feel on what is happening in the country. We go at the fluctuation of goods and services in the country, the health care, the health. Would like government to we see now we are able to speak our minds and to do something about it. Speak our mind, yes, but are able to do something about what they are speaking about. And they should really go serious for what they are saying because it talk about this environment, what and what. But if the government is not an action government, that won't really make any sense. So if they create that environment, that to maneuver, where people are able to speak their mind, the young people participate in the decision making of the country, it would really make sense. If those guys are able to fulfill their promise and they come to fulfill the promises. And on the other hand is the issue of being relations. That's really bad. Would they actually be involved? They should talk about them being involved in the activities that about the youth and happening in the country. Otherwise, it's really sad what is happening in parties. More of the time, we vote people and they it is an environment where everyone is fair. So,
Andrew, Mr.
my
Andrew, you're breaking again. Oh, but I'm glad that we're done. I'm glad you managed to get done. So you're breaking again, but I really appreciate the submission.
thank you.
Can you hear me?
Back. Yes, everybody
Oh, okay. So I'm saying thank you for your submission. Though you started breaking again, but we're glad we at least got 2 or 3, 4, 5 enough words for us to construct. Um, so I'll have to let you go because I have to disconnect so that we allow the next person to come in who is in the waiting room. Thank you very much for joining us.
Okay.
Mr. Shaft, you
Yes,
can
madam.
you can please go ahead. It's your
Yeah,
it's your turn.
let me conclude now. I don't know what happened to network.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just have 4 areas in which I need these men and women who are aspiring to get up there to address. Yeah, first of all, I need them to talk about youth involvement in government major making decision board. What measures are there that they are going to put in place that will ensure that the youths are involved in governmental decision making processes? Because we need fresh minds up there also to be making decisions for the young ones, because we can't have old men making decisions for the millennials. There's a bigger gap between these 2 classes of people, the old and the young. So there must be a way in which the government will be able to incorporate the youths also in decision making. Number 2, how they will address the issue of unemployment. You know,
Yeah.
when human beings stop reasoning from the brain and they begin reasoning from the stomach, chaos happens. So we can't be raising a generation that is hungry throughout. That is why now we have so many unnecessary behaviors emanating. Theft is as a result of hunger. Corruption is as a result of hunger. So we have a lot of unemployed people masquerading up in the streets, and because they have nothing to do, they have nothing to help them put something on the table. Then we have people ending up becoming robbers and doing things that are not okay. Prostitution is as a result of hunger. People are not employed. Nothing is being done. So when people venture into such activities, it's not that they desire to do so, but there's just literally nothing they could do to address the hunger situation at home. So we can't have a nation that is reasoning using the stomach. You know, we cannot just be working to have us fill our stomach. You know, we must have access. So how are they going to address the issue of unemployment? What measures are there to ensure that the unemployment levels literally go down such that everyone must have something to do? The government, the country at large has a bigger avenue where all of us can be doing something. So number 3, how they will help grow the economy. We can't just be living on arms giving as a nation. No. We can't be waiting for charitable organizations to help us as a nation when we have so many resources laid down buried within this earth, Mother Zambia. So we can't always be begging. No, you know, when you beg oftenly, you are a slave to that one who you beg from. So we can't be living as a nation we are in Nkongole. No. You know, when you have Nkongole, even the shortest route you can't use it because you are afraid the route leads to the one you owe. So you would desire to use the longer route when there's a shorter route. So we can't have a nation owing such an amount of money that is so exorbitant like that one. So we need them to tell us how they will address this issue of borrowing. We don't refuse borrowing, but how are they going to ensure that the money they've borrowed has worked according to the intended purpose, and that there are measures to pay back the borrowed money? So don't just chew. No. The money that you have borrowed must generate other monies to pay back and also to benefit the economy. The last one I can say, what measures are they going to put in place to make sure that everyone has access to medical care? Everyone, we mean everyone, in the villages and in the cities. Everyone is a citizen, so they cannot just be building hospitals in the cities. That is not where voters are only. There are voters also in the rural places as far as Shengombo, there they also need hospitals. We can't be building clinics in the rural areas and building hospitals in the urban areas. What's that? Are they only people in the urban? No. There are citizens also in the rural. We need also major hospitals. People end up dying on the road,
Okay. Mr. Shaft has disconnected. I hope he gets back to come and finish his point. He raised quite a number of issues that are at the heart of the country. Mr. Sakwira, thank you very much for joining us. You'll be picking the conversation from where Mr. Shaft ended. He's back. I hope he turns on his camera real quick so that I get to add him and then he finishes his thought. Meanwhile, you can take it up from there, Chief. What are the issue-based campaigns? What are the issues to you that you want to hear candidates talking about? There's a lot of empowerment that has been happening recently. Is it one of the things that you would want to see? Please go ahead and
thank you for giving. Oh, thank you for giving me this opportunity. It is a great pleasure to our viewers, my host. Campaigns are concerned. We need to hear things which are going to take our country forward, such as the development programs which can be made. Each political party has to be given a platform to raise their points so that each and every political party can be heard in terms of their manifesto, how the standard of living for each and every Zambian can be improved. Because that's, but looking at what's happening on the ground, it's not the case. Because violence is too much, and as far as I'm a citizen is concerned, it is not a good platform for elections to take place, because each and everyone has to be given an opportunity to showcase, or rather to speak their mind in terms of how they are going to manage the affairs of the country, if given an opportunity to do so. Thank you.
Okay, Chief, are you still with us? Your line was breaking.
Come again?
Oh, I was asking if you are still with us because your line was breaking. Are you done with your submission?
Yes, currently, yes, I am.
Okay. So because I wanted you to pick up from where Mr. Shaft was, he raised an interesting point on one of the 4 points, and that was the second one, where he talked about unemployment and how government should be able to create employment among young people, especially among young people. What type of things do you think must be put in place in order to create employment? Because I think we have to remember that there isn't just jobs somewhere that we eventually come and pick up, and then we'll put them somewhere and say, oh, here are the jobs that they are available. But before you answer that, I'm glad that Mr. Shaft is back, because I really meant to ask him the question as he was asking, as he was speaking. But anyway, I'll still want you to comment on it.
Sorry, the line was breaking. I didn't hear your question properly.
Okay, it's fine, Chief, not a problem. Thank you for your submission. I'll ask you to disconnect so that we allow one more last person before we close. We only have 6 minutes to close the program. Please do join us in
All
the
right,
comment
thank you.
section. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Shaft, I can see you are back. I had a question for you right before you were cut out of the conversation. Can you hear me?
Definitely, I can get you loud and clear.
Okay, so I'll ask you to finish your submission. I know you had one more thing to say. Remember, we have 6 minutes left before we close, so you have to get that in the next at least 1 minute.
Yeah, my last thing. I don't know who's hacking my. Yeah, okay.
Mr. Shaft, if you can hear us, please go
What
ahead.
measures have they laid down? Yeah, what measures have they laid down to ensure that everyone will have access to medical care? Not only having access to medical care, but to make sure that life is indeed preserved when they get to hospitals and clinics, because it doesn't pay to go to the clinic where you only be prescribed medicine to and purchase somewhere. But how do you even buy that very medicine in the first place when you don't even have any job that can give you some money to go and buy that very medicine at the end of the day? So we are literally running a country on faith. We're just living by faith here because everything is just based on faith here. Because how do I go to the hospital where I need to be given, where I should access medicine? Then I'm given a prescription to go and buy medicine out there. So, what measures are they going to put in place to make sure that when I go to the hospital, I know that I'm going to be helped when I get there? What measures are they going to put in place? So, those are the issues we want to, those are the basic issues we want to hear: medicine, health, water, jobs. What measures are there to make sure that we have access to all these? Shelter, those are the basic necessities. What measures are they going to put in place to make sure that we have access to all these things? We can't have, in this era, we can't have street kids in this era. No, it's not right. It's not right. When the country has enough to spare, they are throwing monies out there, throwing monies. It's a sign that money is there. Then we need people who can be strategic in how these monies should be handled. So what measures are they going to put in place to make sure that we have access to medical care? Not only access to medical care, even the medicine itself, it must not be expired. So the Ministry of Health itself must be dealt with thoroughly. There must be checks and balances also in that ministry. We need qualified personnel. We can't just be picking people from nowhere. We are friends, so come we make cabinet. No, we need qualified personnel in these positions because they are dealing with lives of citizens. We've entrusted them with our lives. They must do a good job at the end of the day. So let me just give time to others also so that they also chip in and
Mr. Shaft, thank you
here.
very much. There's a comment that popped up for you there because someone has said something about what you are saying. Meanwhile, I'll allow you to disconnect so that we can give chance to the next person. There's a person in the waiting room. I may not be you because it's showing us StreamYard.com, which becomes very difficult for me to let you in, especially that we're in the last part of the conversation. The rules are that before you join us, you have to switch on your camera and put, I don't know if we can say a real name, but a proper name we can identify. Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 1 minute to go. I'll allow one more person and then we are going to close the program. Diamond Chibubi. There is a gentleman here. I don't know if it's a gentleman or a woman. Mr. Diamond, you need to switch on your camera before we proceed. If you don't, unfortunately, I will not allow you to speak until your camera is on. We have 1 minute to go. So if you don't switch on your camera, unfortunately, I will not allow you to speak. We need to see everyone that's joining us. So who gets the last luck? Okay, yeah, Mr. Zambia there. I don't know why your name is Zambia. I wish you could have a proper name. Can you be at a place where we can see you, sir, so that you can be able to give your comment? We are in the last minute, so you need to quickly give your comment. And yes, thank you. Please go ahead. The floor is yours, Chief.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm a bit late on the topic. So the issue is the based campaign. What are issues to young people? I think the main reason why, or the comment which I can give here is that in an election like the election which we are to have this August need to be free and fair, and free and fair can only come if people are freely participating in all activities related to campaigns. For example, if I can state where I was watching a video where this former police officer was being brutalized, arrested by the police, which was totally wrong because he was just trying to exercise his rights. Moreover, he was just alone. He wasn't even breaking any law for COVID guidelines. So I don't know how that can be done in a proper way. We can be free, not being intimidated when we are trying to voice out our issues. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Steve. I was looking for someone with a very short comment for closing, and you've just done it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to come to the close of the program. We've been chatting for over an hour now, and unfortunately, this is the time we love to hate. We have no option but to love to hate it because it's the hour to go home. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined us and who's aired their views on what they would want to see as issue-based campaigns. Myself, just like many others, I have a lot of issues that I want to hear aspiring candidates talking about. Unemployment, debt issue. We are talking about gender equality. Up to now, 2021, we're still talking about access to basic services that many more other people are failing to access. We're talking about ensuring the majority of the citizens have monopoly over their basic needs. And these are things that personally I would want to hear aspiring candidates talking about. My people, thank you very much for joining me. We'll have to see you again next time, right here, same time, same place. And for now, it's good night.